GameCube.
I can't tell you just how excited I am for Splatoon Raiders, you guys. They've shown us water! Alright, it's time for the Splatoon Raiders Direct, and I'm gonna be very, very curious about this one because I am definitely interested in this game, just because I really do like the single-player modes in Splatoon. More particularly Splatoon 3, that mode was just flat fantastic. But this feels like the 4th or 5th time they've shown off this game, and it just feels like I'm still seeing the same thing each and every time. It feels like one of those games where if you weren't sold the first time they shown it, I don't know why you would be sold the 5th time. But luckily, with this presentation being I think around 15 minutes long, they should hopefully actually have something of merit to show here. Without further ado, let's raid Detroit.
Hello!
Hello!
This is Squid Research Lab.
And I'm Matthew Smart.
A sudden light forces them to make an emergency landing. Their pilot and the protagonist.
So this is basically the plot of Tom Hanks' Castaway, except instead of it just being Tom Hanks on the island, it's just a group of idols. Okay.
As you can see, the terrain and environment vary from island to island.
Okay, there's a lot more variety in settings, you know, with snow and lava and everything. That's stuff that I didn't really see in Splatoon 3, because obviously that's a very summery game, so it's mostly going to be like ocean and surreal stuff.
That's treasure hunting in a
Oh
nutshell.
my gosh, I'm gonna be rich! I might be able to afford
Now let's examine
a
these
2
salmonids
gigabyte
more
piece of
closely.
RAM.
First, lesser salmonids. We've got ones
What do
with
you mean
spoons,
lesser?
frying pans.
That seems insulting to their kind. Tong Chum? Okay, never mind. If called Tong Chum, you deserve to be called lesser.
Take the scrapper, for instance. It faces you head on, and its front is well protected.
I mean, I'd be scared if I saw a literal toaster being driven to me straight from a fish. We're putting weed into Splatoon? Snoop Dogg would be proud, honestly.
Oh, when you defeat
I don't know why he's not on the scene here instead of the Olympics. Donkey Kong Bonanza? Reference?
Whoa! It's a type of seasoned salmonid.
Oh my gosh, it's the Water Wraith from Pikmin 2. I can't play this game anymore, it's too scary for me.
They seem to be covered
It
in
looks,
salt.
it looks tasty to eat, honestly. I was gonna say it was like some sort of sweet tart or something.
Researching that.
The guy looks kind of delicious, honestly. If you can fish, then this game will be good. If not, then this game will be not good. I'm a simple guy like that.
There are over 100 weapons to choose from. Sometimes
100, yeah?
You never know
Are there that
which one
many in
you'll
the
get.
actual Splatoon games? I don't think there are.
If you need to swap out your
I
gear,
know they
just
overload
head to the
on
hideout
weapons
ship.
in the actual games, but I don't think there are that many
And
compared to
weapons
here.
have-
I might be doxing myself as a Splatoon local when I say that. You're gonna have to educate me. Gadgets? Okay, these seem to be new.
Gadgets are powerful devices that can help you fight salmonids.
Can I become a Kraken again? That's the question. I was gonna say if there was a fly tank, then this game would remind me of Sonic Heroes, which would mean that this game is automatically washed. I mean, it is washed. I mean, this is like a game about water and ink we're talking about, but
Leap forward at high
I'm
speed
talking
and attack with a stick.
washed Detroit edition.
This can also be used for a hasty escape.
Okay, that's cool.
Dash
I mean,
off.
given how much more natural the landscape seem to be in this game, this seems like it gives like a good excuse for some solid movement opportunities that you probably would not get otherwise compared to like the main games.
They also coat the ground with ink. Pretty useful, huh?
No.
Repelling salmonids that come into contact with it.
It literally is just a Beyblade. Okay, that is actually kind of fantastic, honestly.
Link them together, then fire at them for an explosion.
Ooh, okay, I like that one.
Chain as many as you can for a bigger blast.
As a resident bomb lover myself, that just seeing like multiple blow up at the same time is very therapeutic for me.
With the first step to becoming an expert gadget user is knowing when to use them. And
No, the first step to becoming a good gadget user is just to spam them like there's no tomorrow. Make the game as brain rotty as possible.
A customized booyarang.
Oh, okay, so there seems to be much more, of a reason to want to upgrade than I would have expected, because I would have expected the upgrades to be very, very minuscule. That's actually pretty cool.
How about knockback gas to keep salmonids at bay?
Knockback gas! That's what I use whenever I try to run away from my enemies in real life. Whenever someone mildly criticizes me, knockback gas. Love is in the air? Wrong. Gas leak.
You'll dig deeper and deeper underground. All sorts of
Deeper underground? Like the Jamiroquai song? Okay, I'm buying 10 copies immediately.
Keep at it, and you'll be able to equip tanks with 3 gadgets.
3 gadgets, yeah?
Gadget workshop. Shiver can
At
help
this
you
point,
craft
just
new
call
gadgets.
this the next Spider-Man game. With all that insane movement tech I'm seeing, you know, it might as well be. Oh my gosh, it's the lore! The lore of Splatoon back at it again! When are we gonna learn about the Flumbus character? I've been waiting to hear more about that guy since he was seeing that sunken scroll in the Wii U game. Mid-air jump, yeah? You know, I was told by like 2 guys on YouTube that mid-air jumps are bad in 3D platformers, so yeah, I would never equip that to save my life. It's a good thing that Wario was in this game, because he would try his best to make sure that they couldn't get a single bit of it. Alright, we're gonna get a bit more of a lore dump. I've been waiting to see this. Because, like, I think part of the reason why a single-player Splatoon game is interesting is how much more they can actually do with, like, expanding the story of the game. So I'm hoping— hey! We got, like, a new version of the Squid Jump minigame? That was, like, exclusive to the Wii U gamepad? I'm down. Okay, I just finished watching the Direct, and I will say, I definitely am more intrigued about this game than I was otherwise. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I think the problem was just that every single time they showed off this game, it just looks like the same thing. And while that same thing did look decent, I don't think it was going to do any sort of convincing for anyone that wasn't already sold on the premise. And was I sold on the premise? It was immediately hard for me to say yes initially, just because I couldn't tell you what the game was supposed to play like initially. But now that I do, and we got a bit more of the structure behind it, I am definitely more intrigued by it. I mentioned before that I am a big fan of the single player mode in Splatoon 3 in particular. In fact, the footage you're seeing in the back is footage of my playthrough of that mode. I think it's just one of the best campaigns Nintendo's ever made in terms of just engaging gameplay loop and stellar level design and flexibility with how you approach missions. This is obviously a bit of a different type of campaign, more so mixing in the single player elements from those mainline games with Salmon Run, which I mainly have never had that much experience with Salmon Run, but I like it enough, and if this can expand on the concept of it quite a bit, while also making it so you actually feel like you're progressing as a player in terms of the abilities that you have, and keeping the campaign lengthy enough so that without multiplayer, it doesn't feel like a ripoff. I'm hoping for about maybe like at least 15 hours out of this. Maybe 20 if you're pushing it. I could see myself definitely getting down with this. I'm gonna pick the game up for sure. But I don't know if this is gonna be a slam dunk for me personally. But at the very least, it's actually a new game. Same can't really be said about Star Fox, so we're on the up and up here. You know, I think I was being too nice throughout this entire reaction. I need to find something to slander Splatoon over. I can't wait for this game to come out, so that all the music can be put out onto the internet, and everyone is dancing to the worst songs that they've ever heard in their life. There you go, that'll make the comments funny. God bless, and have a good one. Bye-bye!